We're about to answer this question. Where would I live to be close to Boston without the crazy costs? Hey everyone, my name is Matt Swierk. I'm a local real estate expert right here in the state of Massachusetts with the Legacy Star team powered by Keller Williams Realty. Now, if this is the first time you come to our channel, thanks for checking us out. We appreciate the support. I always tell people, hit the subscribe button, click that little bell. That way, every time we make a new video, you're gonna get notified. So what is this channel all about? We talk everything about Massachusetts, eating, sleeping, drinking, playing, and some of the best suburbs close to Boston without the crazy costs. So you have plenty of questions, we have plenty of answers. Reach out to us any way possible. We get back to people as soon as we can. One thing you gotta remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back. All right, we know when people are thinking about coming to Massachusetts, of course they're first looking at, what's the cost of living, how much is this? And you go back into our catalog, check out some of the videos we've done. We have a lot of things as far as our cost of living here in Massachusetts. However, we know people get horrified looking at the prices, especially if you're looking at downtown Boston proper. I mean, realistically, you're not even gonna find a single family home. You'll find some townhouses, maybe 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, pushing 1.9 million. So it's not just this overinflated state of everything. I promise, come here, you'll be surprised. There is some sticker shock, but again, go back to the other videos. You can check out some of the other aspects of, sometimes we tell you not to come here, believe it or not, right? Yeah, we're going up north of Boston right now, and there's a town called Wakefield. Wakefield it's a place where it's still affordable, depending on what price points are, and affordability is going to be different from, depending on where you're coming from as far as what your home values are. So what's great as far as Wakefield, it's still, fairly affordable. Location is great, as far as commuting into the city, as far as a commuter rail. So if you're, looking to work in Boston, but live in suburbs, pretty easy commute. And it still has that kind of small city charm. A lot of these places, are cities. However, they're not these massive places. So trying to search for a word, I'm not going to look for it. We're going to keep moving. So as far as Wakefield, a lot of places we're going to identify today aren't going to be these meccas of entertainment, all these things going on. You'll see case in point with the first one. We talk about Wakefield. One of the things that's cool there, again, kind of a smaller feel of a community. They got this awesome farmers market. It runs from it's every Saturday from 9 to 1 p.m. And it runs from the middle of June until the middle of October. So definitely, I'm all about supporting local. I'm all about supporting local farms. So going to a farmer's market, I think it's awesome. Another thing that's great, because it's only, excuse me, it's only 10 miles from Boston itself. So there's this really cool lake that's there. I'm gonna bear with me here because even though I live here, I mispronounce it sometimes. It's Lake Quannapocket. Right, so it's a really cool place. It's like 275 acres, kind of a shallow pond. It takes about 3 miles to walk around the whole thing. So it's awesome for jogging, not hiking, but jogging, biking, just taking a walk. So that's a really cool place you can go just to get some exercise, be outside, have that feel of kind of being out away from the city. I decided to do something a little bit different here and go a little more specific as far as real estate was concerned, and just to kind of give a feel of what the markets look like. So I ran some numbers as far as a 3-bedroom house, 1.5 baths. That's why when I do some research on downtown Boston, you're not finding those places. But the average living square feet, getting caught up on my own words here. But the average size home is about 1,700 square feet. It has a price tag of about $728,000. So it is pushing up as far as price is concerned. But one thing I wanted to note is that a lot of the properties, when I took this snapshot over the past 3 months, a lot of them had 2-car garages. So that's going to definitely make a huge impact. You could be adding an additional 50 to 75, thousand for having houses with garages. And I'll tell you right now, if you have never lived in the snow, you're probably going to want a garage. And I'll tell you this right now, if you get a house with a garage, you're never going to want to go to a house without a garage. So if you just don't get a garage, right? They got snow brooms. Yeah, if you don't know what that is, Google that thing. That's a cool little thing. But yeah, the winters aren't that bad here. It toughens us up. Okay, so the next place we're gonna go down, we're gonna kind of go down, not necessarily South Shore, but we're gonna go down to a place called Canton. Canton is there's a lot of things in Canton, and it's really funny because Tyler's like, Matt, like I love Canton. Canton's super awesome, and he gets all excited about it. And the reason why is one of the top breweries is in Canton. So it's this place called Trillium, and Tyler absolutely loves this place. Even though he wanted me to make a little note that they gave him a hard time on his birthday. So any people that work at Trillium, if Tyler comes again, like he's a superstar, let him in, serve him a beer. He's not gonna drink too much, he's responsible. But it's got great proximity to Boston, to Dorchester, South Boston, and that's a really great place for commuters as well. So a couple things I wanted to identify about Canton, which is really cool. We've got a couple, well, let me tell you what it is first, and then I'll tell you, we've got a couple popping up. So there's this place, so Treetop Adventures is in Canton. There's another place that's out towards me in Central Mass called Boundless Adventures. Really, really cool place. I was about to give you my Boston. It's a wicked cool place, right? So this place is wicked awesome, or as we used to say, it's wicked pissa. So the... My dog just came in as I was recording. So anyway, all right, Treetop Adventures is a place that's in Canton, and we actually, it's a ropes course and a ziplining course all combined into one. There's a couple of them that popped up in the state. They're really, really cool. They definitely test you physically and mentally. They have different levels, so the higher you go, the more challenging they are, definitely being high off the ground. It's super, super safe. You're in harnesses, like, you gotta be... It's safe. I'm not going to make any comments of how you could get hurt. Also with Canton, I have to bring up the Blue Hills. So the Blue Hills is it's a hill. It's a hill, but growing up in Boston, like we didn't have ski areas like right around. This was the closest thing to a ski resort, right? There's no resort. It's kind of like a bunny trail or bunny hill on steroids. What's cool about Canton is, now we're getting a little lower as far as the home values are concerned. Again, we're pushing away from the city, still very accessible. Again, for 1,700 square foot is kind of the average over the past 3 months for a 3-bed, 1.5 bath. And you're looking at about $620,000 for that home. So a little bit less as far as Wakefield is concerned. All right, so now we're kind of staying where we are. We're gonna go very close to Canton. We're going right over to Stoughton. This is another community that, like again, south of Boston. It's close to Boston, but it's also close to Route 1. And Route 1 is just a massive area as far as shopping malls and strip plaza. It's a good option for, kind of having that suburban, kind of that quiet suburban feel, if you like to kind of go home to a quiet setting. There's not a ton of things going on as far as Stoughton is concerned. Really close to Foxborough, and we don't bring this up in a lot of videos. I'm going to say this cautiously, but I gotta, hey, listen, if you know me, I'm a Bruins fan, but I gotta bring out like Foxborough, Gillette Stadium. Yes, New England Patriots. Yes, we know we've had lots of scandals, and of course, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Am I kidding? I think so. I'm not sure. So yes, Tom Brady could do no wrong when he was here. Now he's in Tampa Bay. Like, oh my gosh, look at all the things he does. I can't believe it. Wow, Tom Brady. So anyway, just joking. One of the other things I thought that was really interesting as far as Stoughton was concerned is the founder of the Christian Science organization actually has a property or lived in a house there. So Mary Barker Eady was she is the founder of Christian Science, and she actually lived there with the people for a while, and so they designated this place in her honor. So again, if you're into history or want to see something different, go check that place out over in Stoughton. All right, we're sliding right over. No, not right over. We're sliding over to the same area, this place called Randolph. Randolph kind of makes me chuckle a little bit. This was a lot of, growing up in the state, we've had a lot of turn as far as economics and as far as everything you can imagine. Randolph was one of those places that was kind of like, oh, you're going to go to Randolph? But now it's like, wow, look at Randolph. So really, really close to Boston. A lot of people, overlook this because of its past reputation. And same thing like Roxbury. If you said Roxbury to people years and years ago, they're like, now they're like, oh wow, like Roxbury, like that's unbelievable. So Randolph had some challenges with its school system, but they have plenty of alternatives, and Randolph checks a lot of boxes for people. You know, it's got so much. And the funny thing when I think about Randolph, there's two things that really come to my mind, right? The first one is going to be, now this isn't going to be like this big epiphany of like, wow, I'm going to come to Massachusetts and move to Randolph because Matt just brought up a movie theater. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, way back when, right, when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the first like megaplex theater, the Showcase Cinema Deluxe opened up in Randolph, right? And this was, when this thing first opened, like think about in any of your towns or cities when you first had like that megaplex theater, it was crazy, right? They're like, yeah, they're gonna serve food in a movie theater? Like, what is that, right? And they're like, wait a minute, people that are 21 can have alcohol as well, and they'll even bring food to your seat? Like, what is this? So this was years ago this came in, so it was a big thing. So I have to bring that up because that's part of my, my childhood. As far as real estate is concerned, we're definitely dropping a little bit as far as prices are concerned there. So, you're that same houses that we've been talking about, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, average price is about $535,000. So we really like Randolph because of the accessibility and a lot of great memories in that city as well. All right, now the last one we want to talk about today, this is another one that if you compare these names, people are like, Revere, right? Revere. So Revere, way back when, I don't even want to think, not even way back then. Revere was one of those places like you weren't going to go, and it's like, no, I'm not doing this. Why would I go to Revere? They have done such a great job as far as cleaning up the area, making it desirable. They have Revere Beach up there that as a kid, I'm like, I would never go there. Now that place is packed. Everyone loves to go there. There's amazing condos that are there. I mean, they've really done an amazing job. Like, if I had a hat on and take it off, like, hats off to Revere, or tip my hat to Revere, right? Then they kind of compare it to the Jersey Shore beach, and it's just, it's so close to Boston. It's so close to Route 1A. It's very safe, and because of the location and how close it is to Boston, I mean, it's really a great place now. And I'd be excited to go to Revere in the past. I'm not going. They have a really cool kite surfing school, so you can go learn how to do that. We actually do have surfing here in Massachusetts. I think I brought that up before, but this is kite surfing, so that's a cool thing. The other thing I wanted to bring up, and this just makes me chuckle, so now this doesn't make me chuckle, Kelly's roast beef. There's no joking around when it comes to Kelly's. Kelly's is one of the best roast beef places on the face of this planet. What's making me chuckle is this is typically like I'm labeling, so any of my North Shore folk to see this, don't get mad at me. But the North Shore to me, part of that is like world famous roast beef. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry has a famous roast beef, and of course they're the best. And it reminds me of the movie Elf. I think that, like they have the world's best cup of coffee, and he runs in there, he's like, you did it, congratulations. And they're like, what? They're like, you have the best cup of coffee. It's like the coldest beer in town. Like, come on, who's going around with a little thermometer and be like, oh, you know what? Congratulations, you guys got the best beer in town. However, Kelly's roast beef, and roast beef is a North Shore thing. Oh my gosh, you gotta check it out. I don't want to promote overeating, but go to Kelly's and overeat. You can't go wrong. Oh, massive sandwiches, just roast beef. Okay, sorry to all my vegetarians out there. I don't know if there's a vegetarian alternative up there. Maybe you can get just some like lettuce and tomatoes and some mayonnaise on there and call it a day. Nice onion roll, thick piece of onion on that. Delicious. All right, real estate over in Revere has definitely changed over the years. If I showed you the statistics on this, year over year for the past 15 years, you'd fall out of your chair. 1,600 square feet is going to get you that amount of living space. You're going to pay $615,000 on average for that. So that's just a quick snapshot of 5 more suburbs that you're not going to have to deal with the crazy costs of Boston. All right, so little by little, we've been just sprinkling these in as far as the different suburbs are concerned. We have a lot of communities, so we have to be careful because we don't want you guys to fall asleep watching these videos. We really appreciate the support. We love being able to give information out. We always ask for a little bit of grace as we have more people coming out, reaching out to us. We'll get to everyone as quick as we possibly can. Like I always say, we're putting more systems in place, tweaking more systems. If you're coming here to rent, you want a vacation, you're coming here to move, go ahead, reach out to us any way you feel appropriate. You have a lot of questions. We have a lot of answers. Either myself or one of my team will get back to you, set up a call. We can figure out what we can do to make it the best experience for you possible. I just want you to remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back.